What's up, gamers? This is the new Challenger. Today I'm going to be reviewing Grand Theft Auto 1969, and Grand Theft Auto 2 for the PlayStation. This is going to be a weekly series leading up to Grand Theft Auto 4 for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Okay, we're going to start off with Grand Theft Auto for the PlayStation 1. So here you go.
Check it.
Let's check it. Alright, let me start off by saying that these games may be a little old for you, but to really understand Grand Theft Auto, you need to understand its roots. The first thing any old school gamer is going to notice is that it's looks a little bit like APB. I don't know if a lot of people remember that. It's from it was an arcade game. It came out in the mid-1980s, and you were a cop who went around fulfilling his quota by arresting people and pulling over bad guys. But in this game, you're the criminal. From the start of the game, there are several criminals you can choose from, but it really doesn't make a difference because they all do the same thing, and because of the graphics, you can't even tell the difference about who's who. Also, at the start of the game, Liberty City is the only city available, but as you progress through missions of the game, you unlock Vice City and San Andreas, and if they sound familiar, it's because they should, because later on they were introduced as separate sequels for each of their own respective cities. Anyway, back to the game. This game was a lot of fun, but it could have been a lot more fun if the controls weren't so strange. And the control setup was really weird. I mean, pressing a button to move forward and the other button to move backward, it became confusing real quick. More than once I found myself getting stuck in between a couple of cars, trying to figure out what button to press so I can get back in the car, only to shoot a cop and then get run over by another passing car. Driving around the cities was really hard too because there was no in-game map and it was very easy to get lost. So more than once you would end up failing the mission because you couldn't find your way around town or trying to get to the other side of the bridge because you didn't know where the bridge was. But like I said, even though the controls are hard to get used to, the game was still fun. And that's what really matters. Alright, next up is Grand Theft Auto London 1969. This was a mission pack for the first Grand Theft Auto. It came out a couple months later. There was nothing really different about this game, except it was in London and you drive on the opposite side of the road. There were no new weapons added. The gameplay was still the same. The mission structure was still the same. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this was a waste of a CD. But I didn't really enjoy it that much. But if you really want to play all the Grand Theft Autos, I suggest you pick this game up. Otherwise, save your money. And lastly, we have Grand Theft Auto 2. And this game was definitely an improvement from the first one. It had better graphics, better soundtrack, improved mission system, although it was a tad complex, and more weapons. And finally, they added a jump button, which was missing from the first game. Just didn't make first sense. And finally, they added a jump button, which didn't make much sense why they didn't have it in the first game. And although there was a jump button, for some reason he was able to jump really high. I mean, being able to jump over cars long ways. I mean, who is this guy, the Bionic Man? Anyway, instead of having different cities this time, there was one city, but it was split up into 3 sections, or turfs if you will. They were controlled by gangs. And in order to progress through the game, this time you had to earn respect from gangs by, pretty much going up against their rivals, and which usually involves a lot of killing. GTA 2, as well as the first one, is still a game worth playing if you can get your hands on. I mean, they still have old school graphics, but it was still a lot of fun. And there you have it. Next week we're going to be reviewing Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City for the PS2. For more information on games and games like this, just check to the right of the video for the link to VideoGameCentral. I'm the new Challenger, and thanks for watching my review.